They put me inside a car with a hood over my head and took me to the criminal tribunal. And there, I received my death sentence. They poured petrol all over my body. They struck the match. I had always been a very empty person. I was always looking for happiness, trying to achieve things to fill the emptiness inside me. I had the best job, but even so, I was empty inside. And then I thought, right, I'll get married. I'll be happy. I'll feel fulfilled. But no, I wasn't happy. Then I said, well, I'm already married and I have a job. And if I'm still not happy, then I'll become a mother. And then I got pregnant for the first time. That's when the profound depression truly began. That's when I started drinking heavily, when I started getting involved with drugs to try to fill that hole that existed within me. At that time, every party I went to, I drank so much that I sometimes collapsed. And one day, we went to a community, and in that community, I met people from the criminal world, where they offered me some extra work. And in that moment, I accepted, because I thought maybe my happiness was there, and I got involved. I started getting involved with the criminal world.
Did your husband come from the same environment, or he didn't accept your behavior?
He didn't accept it. He spoke to me. He advised me. He even tried for a while to fight for me. But eventually he got tired. He got tired. He always said to me, "What do I need to do for you to be happy?" Many times when I was alone in my bedroom, I would say, I don't deserve this life because I had everything anyone could wish for, but I was bleeding inside. My soul, it bled, it groaned on the inside. I remember it as if it were today. There was a party I went to. At this party, I drank a lot, because that day I said, I've got nothing left to lose. I remember leaving that party after an argument I'd had, and I walked out saying, that's it, enough. If not even here, where I felt recognized, where people acknowledge what I did, if not even here I feel like someone, then it's over. I don't want to live anymore. I don't want this life. I walked across a pedestrian bridge. I remember looking down at the road, and when I went to throw myself off, I couldn't. It felt like something was blocking me, not letting me jump. My body leaned forward, but I couldn't throw myself. Then I got off the bridge, and I thought, not even this I'm good for, God. Not even for this. When I got off the bridge, a black car stopped, and several men got out. They shoved me into the car and put a black hood over my head, and then they took me to the criminal tribunal.
Why did they take you there?
Because of a fight I'd had at the party, where I argued with one of the leaders. So when they took me to the criminal tribunal, the sentence had already been decided. One of them came and said, "Today, you're going to die." They placed several tires around me. They poured petrol all over my body, soaking me completely. I was completely soaked with petrol. At that moment, I was certain that I was going to die. There was no way out. Anyone who knows the world of crime knows there's no way.
Had you already seen people die
Yes.
like that before?
There's no way to survive the microwave. Completely drenched in petrol, I looked up and only one word came out of my mouth: forgiveness.
Why did you ask for forgiveness?
because I was aware of the wrong things I had done. I was born in the church. I knew the right path. I just didn't want it. At that very moment, without my knowing, my mother was on her knees praying for me, praying for my life.
I knew she was living a very different life, but I didn't know everything she was going through. I already made vows, always prayed, but I saw no solution. I saw nothing happening. It seemed like nothing was happening. Then came a campaign of Israel. I participated in that campaign for her. I asked the Lord to truly save her soul. I left the altar believing that something was going to happen. I didn't know what God had prepared, but something would happen.
It was God. There's no other explanation. It was God. Because they struck the match. 1, 2, 3, 10 matches. And none of them lit.
And your body was soaked in fuel.
100%. One of the leaders returned, looked at me and said, "The one up there has something very strong for you. Today is not your day to die. Go." They removed the tires, beat me, assaulted me to the point that I had various hematomas. They dislocated my jaw. When they finally let me go, I was completely covered in blood. I went home. When I arrived home, my husband looked at me and said, "Was this what you replaced me with?" Then he left. I went to my mother's house. My mother helped me. She bathed me. After I spoke and cried, she said, "Right, now let's go to the Universal Church." When I arrived at the church, I began to speak to God. I didn't even know how to pray anymore. I didn't know what to say, but I said, "My God, if you believe there is still a way for me, show me. There's nothing left, only this scrap of a life, this scrap of a person here." I understood that what I was missing was the essential, the foundation of everything, the Holy Spirit. I began making vows, taking part in the campaigns. I was delivered, baptized in water. I remember that there came a campaign of Israel. It all happened very fast, because when I first went with my mother to the church, a campaign was about to start. Everything I had of value, not only material things, but me. It was literally soul for soul, life for life. That was my true surrender. I went up to the altar, giving everything. And when I say everything, I mean I emptied myself of everything inside me.
What did you say to God on the altar?
"Lord, this is all I have in my life. I'm giving you my life. Use my life however you want it. I only ask one thing, dwell inside me. Because if you don't live inside me, I don't want to live anymore. Let your will be done, not mine." Then I descended from the altar, and when I did, a deep peace came over me. Such a great peace. I said, "Oh God, all I wanted was to seek God." And I remember, as if it were today, I received the Holy Spirit. I remember the exact moment. That emptiness I had always felt was filled. The Holy Spirit, when He comes completely. He doesn't come halfway. He comes completely. He fills everything because the space is His size. I remember arriving home and looking at my mum. I said, "Mum, I've received the best gift of my life." And she said, "I know. You received the Holy Spirit, didn't you?" And I said, "Yes." Two or 3 weeks later, my husband came to speak with me. And from that moment on, our marriage was rebuilt. My daughter doesn't just have a mother, she has a friend.
It's a blessing. Today, my family, my granddaughter, my son-in-law, every prayer, every tear, every dawn spent on my knees was worth it. Never ever give up. Never. I never gave up.
Today, the burden that used to feel heavy is no longer heavy. Today, the burden is light because God is with me.